It seems like nature keeps surprising us again and again. You think you would know what to expect now, but no. There are fish walking on land, bulls hurling lions in the air, and goats climbing mountains so steep, it's a miracle that they don't fall to their death. In today's video, we'll be talking about 25 times animals did the impossible. Prepare to be amazed. All daredevils should bow down to wild goats. These mammals can somehow climb near vertical planes. They do it so effortlessly, and without tumbling to their death, we might add. They actually feed on the rocks, if you were wondering why they make the climb in the first place. Most of us have to rely on Google Maps to get around the very town we grew up in, but not salmons. The fish can sense the magnetic field of the Earth and then figure out the directions to its destination. No compass or map for this one. We may not have an animal with X-ray vision, but we do have one with night vision. Tarsiers are tiny primates from the southeast of Asia that can see in the dark. Not surprising since their half-an-inch wide eyes allude to some sort of superpower. They can see as clear as day in the dead of night. The bombardier beetle subjects itself to boiling temperatures. When it senses danger, a series of chemical reactions start off in its abdomen, producing heat that can take the temperature to the boiling point. Gases are also produced during the process that leads to the ejection of these harmful liquids capable of neutralizing any threats. We already have our hands full with flying cockroaches, now we gotta deal with jumping bugs as well? Fleas can jump 200 times their body length. They definitely give kangaroos a run for their money. Good thing they're tiny. We've heard that you can live without water for more than 3 days, from a very young age, but kangaroo rats are an exception to that rule. These animals can go without water for years. They're probably hardened after years of living in an extremely dry environment. What's more, kangaroo rats can extract water from their urine and cut down on fluid loss. The skin gurus watching this video know that before you step out of the house, you gotta lather your face with sunscreen. Well, it seems like nature was kind enough to bless animals with natural sunscreen, saving them the trouble from having to spend hundreds of dollars from buying some. Hippos are the chosen ones. Under the unrelenting heat of the African sun, these animals produce a red oil-like substance that provides sun protection. There's also an animal with natural sunglasses. With their dark, smoky eyes, you would think that meerkats are making a fashion statement of sorts. But these dark circles are actually sunglasses that block the shiny rays of the sun, allowing meerkats to stare directly into the sun. Walking on water sounds impossible, but this lizard shows us otherwise. It's almost creepy the way it's making its way across the pool. This is the basilic lizard, and if it was ever coming towards you across a pond, you'd definitely be spooked. It's rightfully earned the nickname the Jesus Lizard. What if the wolverine was an amphibian? Well, then you'll have something like the axolotl that's otherwise known as the Mexican walking fish. We're not calling it a wolverine for its claws, but for its regenerative abilities. The underwater salamander can regrow their limbs as well as their brains. Shape-shifting sounds like something only the Green Martian can pull off, but the mimic octopus can go toe-to-toe with the fictional hero for a shape-shifting contest. Not only can it change the color of its exterior, but it can physically reform itself to give the appearance of different animals. There is one animal in the animal kingdom who might just give Spider-Man a run for his money. And no, we are not talking about a spider. In fact, it's the gecko lizard that can defy gravity and take a walk on ceilings, just like Spidey. They can cling to any type of surface, all thanks to the hair on their foot pads. Venom and poisons have long been some animals' defense weapons, but some species out there like to change things up with a chemical weapon. Some millipedes produce hydrogen cyanide when they feel threatened. You won't be looking at a trip to the hospital after an encounter with one millipede, but do prepare yourself for some minor burns. You may struggle with getting down impressions of your teachers or even copying someone's accent, but the lyrebird can do it effortlessly. These unique birds have the mind-blowing ability to copy sounds of 20 other bird species, as well as some artificial sounds like barking dogs, alarms, and traffic noise. Who knew shrimp packed a punch? Maybe you want to change your mind about catching them for some lunch, since these little critters can disorient their prey with a sonic boom. It may be small, but the pistol shrimp is the loudest marine animal. It produces a super loud sound by snapping its claws, making the hunt that much easier for them. The fish is spitting out small fireworks. Well, someone is happy. The fish before you is the cardinal fish. It produces the fireball when it feeds on too many ostracods, which are types of zooplankton. But the zooplanktons glow inside the fish, and that can leave it vulnerable to predators, so it spits out the ostracods in the form of fireworks. The idea of someone surviving a cliff fall sounds impossible, but this baby chick seems to defy all odds. It leaps off and falls through an incredible distance only to survive. Talk about resilience. It seems almost illegal for a fish to walk on land, but the mud skippers have adapted shoulder joints and pectoral fins that allow them to do what their mates can't. Believe it or not, but there is a group of marine animals who can sleep with half their brain. From dolphins to oracles to whales, these animals can go without the 8-hour sleep we so desperately need. So you'll hardly catch these animals dozing off. Mankind may be a few steps off from cracking the secret to mortality, but jellyfish seem way ahead of us in that matter. There is one species of jellyfish that can essentially live on forever. When the adult jellyfish is near its death, it transforms back into its polyp stage. Snakes probably take pride in being able to kill almost everyone on the planet with their venomous bites. But there's one animal that they cannot get to: the opossums. Deep in their veins is a peptide that helps them neutralize dangerous chemicals. Guess opossums don't have to be afraid of snakes now. The golden-winged warblers might just be your magical orb. These birds can look into the future. Now, they won't be able to predict your grade on that chemistry exam, but they can predict when a storm is about to happen. Birds can actually observe more UV rays compared to us, which is why they might see a whole different set of colors compared to us. It's hard to say what kind of colors unless one of us volunteers to get a parrot eye transplant. This bear managed to scare off a tiger out of all predators. Talk about stubborn confidence. And look at this bull flipping a lion on its tail. Guess he should have picked something else for lunch. How many animals do you know that can do that? Alright, which one of these animals amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Trend Joint, and we'll see you in the next one.